Hello, this is our presentation on how habitat destruction through droughts leads to forest fires by Jacoby Wilcox, David Tariquez, RJ Perez, and Aiden Nguyen.
What is a drought? A drought is a prolonged period of abnormally low rainfall, leading to shortages of water. It occurs when there is a lack of rainfall in a region, resulting in water deficit that affects ecosystems, agriculture, and human populations. A drought is a natural hazard just like tornadoes and tsunamis. The difference between a drought and other natural hazards is that a drought is very deadly and is hard to recognize early on. Droughts are unique and among other natural disasters in several key ways. Droughts develop over weeks, months, or even years with slow impacts.
There are many things causing drought, such as atmospheric, climate, or geographic conditions. One of these things is low precipitation over a long period of time. Precipitation refers from any form of water, such as rain, hail, or snow, coming down from the atmosphere onto Earth's surface. Also, atmospheric circulation conditions such as El Nino or La Nina play a key role in droughts. El Nino refers to the warming of the Pacific Ocean and making it drier for other regions. Also, La Nina refers to the cooling of the Pacific Ocean, but also making it drier living conditions in other regions.
Go.
Droughts in California are recurrent and significant natural disasters that have huge impacts on the environment and people. California is prone to have droughts more often due to its unique climate, conditions, geography, and human influence.
Bro, there's something in my eye, dog.
The climate in California varies from Mediterranean to desert conditions on the coast and further inland. One of the earliest recorded droughts in California was 1929
Go.
1929 to
Go.
1929 to 1934, known as the Dust Bowl. It was a major problem impacting agriculture and the environment. More recent droughts were mainly in the early 2020s and even in today.
Droughts can affect the environment due to the amount of water resources. Rivers, lakes, and reservoirs dry up or shrink rapidly, leading to reduced availability of water for ecosystems. Agriculture and human use. Also, when rainfall is scarce, more pressure is put on underground aquifers, which may not recharge quickly, leading to long-term water shortages. A drought does not only affect water supply, but also the soil and land. Soil degradation is due to no moisture making the soil become dry and compacted. That reduces the fertility and ability to support plant life. Erosion from the vegetation loss, leaving the soil and dirt exposed to wind and rain. A drought can reduce the plant growth from the lack of water, which limits photosynthesis. Are you looking at?
Droughts can alter the composition of plant communities, allowing drought-tolerant species to thrive while others decline, potentially leading to the dominance of invasive species. With the reduction of water supply in the ground, lakes, and rivers, there's less of a supply of food from plants or other animals. As the vegetation dries out, the land becomes more bare and dry, with no place, can't read that, for water-dependent animals to survive. With less plants, animals have to compete for the land.
Some of the most common effects on the environment from forest fires are soil erosion, altering vegetation, and bad water quality. One of the effects of altering vegetation is animal extinction and climate change. Soil erosion occurs when there's a hydrophobic layer in the soil, causing water not to soak in.
Forest fires are not only capable of harming the land and animals that live in it, but also can contribute towards climate change. Forest fires are not only capable of harming the land and animals that live in it, but can also contribute towards climate change. One of the largest ways it does is from carbon dioxide emissions. This happens when the trees are burnt down and have large amounts of CO2 released. Another way forest fires affect climate change is from the loss of carbon sinks. Where am I?
Carbon sinks.
Carbon sinks absorbing the CO2 from the atmosphere, but when they get burnt down, it acts. Fucking type.
Wait, where are you supposed to?
It acts like carbon.
No.
Forests turn into dry, flat land.
No.
Forests act like carbon sinks, absorbing the CO2 from the atmosphere, but when they get burnt down, it reduces the amount of CO2 being absorbed. During a forest fire, it's not only releasing carbon, also other harmful gases like methane, which has a higher capability of contributing to climate change.
Due to the rising temperature in California and all around the globe, we are experiencing longer and hotter temperatures which dry out vegetation. That makes forests more prone to ignition and rapid spreading. Also, the prolonged droughts reduce the moisture in the plants and soil. Increased temperatures all around the year can lead to more thunderstorms and more lightning, which can ignite fires. Stronger winds and dry conditions from climate change fan the flames and spread wildfires more quickly.
How to prevent the causes of forest fires. One of the main causes of forest fires is from people. Ways people can prevent forest fires is by being safe with campfires. We can build campfires in designated areas only, never leave fire unattended, and completely extinguish fire using a fire extinguisher. Also, disposing things correctly is important. You should never toss cigarette butts on the ground. And don't burn trash, leaves, or debris during dry or windy conditions.
There are several ways we can prevent droughts in the future. Some ways is to change the simplest things we do every day. Some everyday things we could do to conserve water is to turn the faucet off when brushing our teeth and fixing our teeth. Some everyday things that we could do to conserve water is to turn off the faucet when brushing our teeth and fixing leaky faucets. Some ways businesses save water is to recycle water and reuse it. Businesses collect water and clean it to be reused instead of letting it go down the drain. There are many other ways we can conserve our water, but even the little things can have a great effect on our lives.